All right, Coach, tell us a little bit about your upcoming season.
Well, obviously, we feel like we have a very tough schedule, non-conference, and in particular with the number of new guys that we have in our program, we have some very difficult road games at South Carolina, at UAB, at Oregon, Illinois State tournament. And that's not to mention to say that the other people are not tough opponents also, but it's a schedule that I think our team will have an opportunity to grow quickly, and you know, we need about 3 or 4 more of our new guys to step up. We have some guys that have that potential to go along with our 5 returning players. You know, Nick Murphy, Stephen Hall, Jeremy Bynum, Sean Thurston, Dominique Shevlin. We've been really pleased with the leadership that they've given us throughout practice, and we've been pleased with the effort that our new guys have given. Obviously, it's something that's totally new for them, and sometimes takes a little bit more focus than they're used to giving. But I like this team. They like each other. How many games that's going to mean that we're going to win, we don't know. But I think we'll have a lot of fun competing. We'll be small, but we'll be athletic, and we'll have to probably play a little bit different than what we've tried to play in the past, and maybe make it a little bit more of a full-court game.
What do you think about the conference as a whole this year?
Well, I think the conference, I know the past 2 years has been really good, and I don't think there'll be any difference this year. I think obviously, you know, teams like Moorhead and Murray and Austin Peay, with the success that they've had in recent years, and that's not to say that Eastern Illinois, with things that they've been able to do, and Eastern Kentucky, that the top of our league will be really strong. But I think the thing that has happened since I've been in the league is that any team is very capable of beating other teams in this league, and there hadn't been a lot that's separated, you know, probably the middle of the pack to the bottom of the league, and that's kind of exciting because you can feel like every team can feel like that if they can play well together, play hard, play smart, is that they're going to have an opportunity to win, and I think it makes for exciting games throughout our league all year long.
What do you think about the new tournament format and making Municipal Auditorium the home of the OVC tournament for the next several years?
Well, I think the venue is going to be outstanding. I think it's one, and I think having 8 teams at one spot is something that I've, since being in the league, I've hoped for, and I think it's going to be really good. I think it's going to give some identity amongst schools. I think it'll help start some rivalries because of the tournament being in one spot and the fans kind of being there and pulling for their schools. And so I think it's going to be a really, really good thing.
What do you like most about your team this year?
Well, I think it's been their attitude. I think their work ethic has been really good. Their attitude towards listening has been good. You know, and I like the fact that we have those guys back, that we're not going through the same thing with those guys as we had to go through with them in the first couple of years. And so they're helping with the young players that are in our program now, and I really, really like that. I like to see teams make progress, and we've made progress. It hadn't always shown in terms of wins and losses, but I like seeing guys get better, and that's what I like about my team, and I think, you know, we're going to continue to get better.
What do you see as the biggest challenge for your team this year?
Well, our biggest challenge, obviously, one is making sure that we're adequate at the point guard spot, which is, you know, obviously the key position for your team. And the other area is having guys with length on the interior that help control the game defensively and on the offensive boards. Those 2 areas are 2 that we'll have to work out. I think the other thing is who are the other 3 or 4 guys that join those 4 or 5 guys. It's guys that are going to be valuable guys that can play minutes and be very productive for us this year. I think the guys, those 4 or 5, are very adequate with their experience, with their skill level, with their understanding of the game, but at the same time, they're not going to be a good enough 4 or 5 to help us finish where we want to finish in this league. So we're going to have some other guys step up. And, out of the 8 or 9 guys, if we get 3 or 4 of them to step up and be very productive, and I think we'll be very competitive.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.